Be right back. So I'm back, right? And been saying this behind the scenes and shit, right? But it's so funny. I'm starting to see. I don't think that the guys that have the big podcasts, and I mean like the real big podcasts, the niggas that got sponsorships and shit like that, starting to see that they not watching. They not watching the so-called big channels with the blown up views. They're not watching them channels. I said what I said. Shy said. A couple other niggas I know said what Cam's about to say. And you know, last night when I jumped on with the fellas boxing to you, I'm gonna say it. Sugar J, you was making a lot of excuses for him. I fuck with you, young boy, but you was making a lot of excuses for Charlo. You really can't get the understanding of it, right? Because of the experience level. I get that the boxing and you're a boxer and you know the brotherhood of every boxer, but a lot of people been in fights, and I'm not saying it's the same, but you seen and we all seen or has had it happen to us or done it to somebody when you knock the fight out of a motherfucker. And you know what? It is what it is.
Back in my life, man. That was probably the worst fight I seen in person, and I don't know how fucking long. Yeah. I have no idea what the fuck. I do have an idea.
Yeah.
Charlo, you fucking sold us out. You said you did it for the culture. What culture? The track culture, nigga? You was running the whole fucking fight. We seen it. And then you was looking scared. Not only that, we in there now. Think about this. You in the stadium, right? First of all, we don't want to get too out of pocket because the cartel is there.
Yeah.
This man Mexicans there.
There's so many Mexicans. It's a Latin fest.
Yeah. So we was like, listen, man, only one we got in here is Charlo. Because if you said something too crazy, them Mexicans was ready to go crazy and jump niggas. You ran.
He ran all fight.
Let me go, Murder. You dragged me to this fight.
Okay.
So we even with the Colorado shit, because I really wasn't that impressed to go to the fight, because I told Bob, I tell niggas, I said nigga was going to fuck Charlo up anyway, but what he didn't do, he ain't even fuck Charlo up, because Charlo was running. Y'all niggas been calling this nigga out for like 3-4 years. You and your brother been calling Canelo out. He been telling y'all niggas y'all do not want these problems. Y'all end up getting the ring, and you got the problems that he told y'all didn't want. Then you call out Bud after the fight. You just looking for fights to make money at this point. What I suggest is this. Fight Errol Spence. We'll see where the coach goes. What's his name, Derek James?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, go ahead, Murder. What happened?
I said that when they fight, who will the coach go with? Derek James. Who are you going to coach if Errol Spence fights Charlo. Who is he gonna go with?
Who gives a fuck? His top 2 fighters lost. He trash at this point. Nobody give a fuck about that nigga. I don't know how he won Coach of the Year, Trainer of the Year, whatever the fuck he
Trainer
was.
of the Year.
That nigga's garbage. So at the end of the day, you need some new fighters. The best fight that we probably want to see is your 2 fighters against each other. I don't even want to see Charlo against Bud. Because Bud's a monster. That nigga Charlo feet was off, fumbling. Like he looked like a nigga with no coordination. A nigga was running. Yo, I'm looking at his face, and you could see when we seen on the instant replay, when the punches was coming his way in slow motion, he was scared. That nigga was
kept
scared,
doing
my
that.
nigga.
I was just like,
you went in
wow.
for a check, my nigga, and you were embarrassing, and you sold
and his
this
brother
out.
was taking pictures with Bud.
Whole thing about it is this, and I ain't trying to start no shit, nothing like that. It's like this, bro. The nigga who smacked the shit out of his brother was in there walking around dolo, white nigga. The other brother got 3 security guards with him walking around the arena. 3 security guards. Nigga smack fire out you. You don't want revenge? You ain't gonna pick up a chair like you was in Alabama, nut. Yo, my nigga. Nigga smack stone cold dog shit out you, nigga. And you walking around with security? White nigga walking around like what's popping?
Yeah.
I don't got no respect for the Charlos. No disrespect to nobody who fuck with them, but they embarrassing y'all niggas. You got a wife, you got kids. Niggas seen you run that whole fight. Then you gonna call out Bud afterwards? Listen, me and Murder left when the bell hit. When soon as round 12 was over and the bell rang, we ain't say for a decision. We ain't say for shit. When we got outside, the nigga Terrence Crawford was already outside. I don't even know what round he left it. He had to leave like round 10. Like, yo,
round.
I'm not sticking around to watch this bullshit. That shit was bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm mad you took me to the shit, Murder.
Yeah, I was trying to be a friend of the year. I flew in from Denver to take Cam to the fight.
That shit was trash.
It was garbage.
It was super garbage. I don't really have that much to talk about the fight because everybody who's seen it, I'm more mad that you wasted my time. I can't get that 2 hours back in my life. Then you got Bub and them niggas at the crib. We done spent $89 on pay-per-view for this shit. Not even the regular like $49.99. $89?
Yeah,
nah, come on, bro.
Charlo, can we get our $89 back?
Please.
Please, just give us the 89 back and it's all good. It's water under a bridge, man.
Nah, it ain't because I can't get my time back. My time was way more valuable than the $89 because you got to think about how many $89 niggas spent because he sold us a dream. Now, we know what you getting when Canelo come to the table.
Yeah.
Charlo lied. He got to get back 40 of the 89.
Paul was trying to go hard on Charlo or the Charlo twins, but he said his gyms is Lions only. That wasn't a line in there that game.
Pause. I'm going hard, pause. I don't know why you're not trying to go hard. The nigga wasted our time, and not only our time, everybody else whose time was in it. I really don't have nothing else to say about it. I'm good. Everybody seen what happened. It wasn't like no shit to really talk about. You ran, you lost, you got knocked down. You didn't even get knocked down. You took a knee. The nigga punched you.
That was a surrendering move.
Yeah, exactly. You got hit. It ain't like it was no flash knockdown, a stun knockdown. You actually took a knee, nigga. I ain't with it. I'm cool.
What happened to going out on the shield?
Ask that nigga. You know who went out on their shield? Errol Spence.
Errol Spence went out on his shield.
Yeah, Errol Spence went out on his shield.
Shout out to Errol. And he tried to diss Errol in the
All Access. He definitely tried to. He said Errol Spence was all tired. I ain't trying to be Errol Spence. I got more respect for Errol Spence than you, nigga. Errol Spence was getting his ass whipped when the nigga stopped the fight. Errol Spence said, "What you stopping it for?" The whole world see why they was stopping the fight, and he wanted to know why they was stopping the fight. I got way more respect for Errol than that nigga.
Yeah, shout out to Errol Spence.
Okay, good points. Okay.
And no shout out to Derek James. Niggas leaving you, bro. You better do something fast.
You got one more fighter to go out that way, and then
you all your big fights, pause. You going outside. That nigga, that gym gonna be empty soon. You better do something fast, nigga.
Oh. Hap, what's good, Hap? What's good? Yo, did y'all listen, man? Listen. Don't let that smoke go over your head, man. Now, the reason I played that clip, right? Let me take this down. I don't need no copyright shit. The reason that I played that clip, right, I played that clip because, as we would say, or you would think, because you would think that those guys are like casuals. Cam and Mace are casuals, but Cam flew from wherever they do the show at to Colorado, right? He flew to Colorado to go to watch the game, or wherever the game was at. Then he picked up Cam, and they flew to the fight. Cam said he wanted money and his fucking time back. Can't get his time back, so can I get half my money back? You did it for the culture. You did it for the culture? I'm gonna show you culture. I'm gonna be real with you. As fucked up as he is right now, people still like your brother more. It's crazy to say, right? And Shy, you know what I'm saying? Don't flag me on this. Let me rock. Let me rock real quick, bro. I know you're gonna let me rock anyway, but you know what I'm saying?
As the internet in the uproar, as too many lines only fans are saying, how dare Jamal post a picture with Terrence, and Terrence is on record after stating he wants to beat his brother up, calling him a bitch ass nigga and a hoe ass nigga. But hasn't Terrence stated that him and Maul were friends and that Maul was cooler than Mel? But hey, what do I know? The news by Shaw News. But hey, what do I know? The news by Shaw News. This is the last one for the night. I couldn't let the night go without posting this. So this picture posted by Jamal, Big Maul Charlo, of him and friend Terrence Crawford with their significant others has the internet in an uproar, as too many lines only fans are saying, how dare Jamal post a picture with Terrence, and Terrence is on record after stating he wants to beat his brother up, calling him a bitch ass nigga and a hoe ass nigga. But hasn't Terrence stated that him and Maul were friends and that Maul was cooler than Mel? But hey, what do I know? The news by Shaw News. But hey, what do I know?
I'm gonna say it. For him. I'm gonna say it for him since he didn't say it on this one. I'm gonna say it for him. I'm gonna say it for him. Got him. You did it for what culture, my nigga? What culture you do it for, bro? Your career is gonna look like your face. Your face right here, your career is gonna look like that. Earl's gonna be better off than you. Bud's gonna be better off than you. Earl's a bigger star than you. He gets paid more than you. You're second fiddle to Earl Spence, and Bud's better than Earl. So what does that make you? You must be the third fight in the 3-fight deal. They must gonna pay Bud a bunch of money. Because you're gonna sell the fight against Bud. You're gonna talk so much shit to get knocked out. And Diddy James is gonna sacrifice you. He's about to say he's gonna sacrifice Earl, you, Frank, and he's gonna start his new stable with because heavyweights are always gonna be able to make money. He's gonna start his new stable with Ryan Garcia and Anthony Joshua. I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. It's a wrap for you, bro. instant rap for you. I just got a message from the bro. We've been going back and forth. I can't or won't disclose what we talk about, but I can tell you what we talk about. I can tell you right now what we talk about has led to what's been posted on the internet by your favorite YouTuber for the last few months. Just to be real with you. They send me a bunch of videos. Check me out, nigga. But yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna be up here for a second, man. I'm chilling. I'm having fun with this. While I check all of my stuff, I'm sitting here, I'm chilling, I'm smoking. Day off. Kids at school, wife at work. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna give you what you want right now on this one. This one right here, I'm gonna give you what you want. So we heard the soliloquy that Cam just gave out, right? So we can call Cam and Mace casual, but those casuals went to the fight. Watched you perform live. Not on TV, live. Probably had good seats too. That man said he want his time and money back because he paid to go to the fight. One. Two, send money back for them niggas to watch the fight. The most competitive fight on that card was probably the Barrios Ugas fight. So we're gonna sit here and bitch, moan, and complain about Canelo not fighting black fighters. And bro, you said you doing it for the culture. I don't want you saying you doing shit for the culture no more. Cause y'all niggas screaming that man's name out for years. And then when you finally get it, what happened? What happened? Nothing. You look like trash out there. You was running. You ain't have no. I'll just be real with you, bro. I felt sorry for you. I think you. And then you call out Bud like you worthy. You're not worthy of Bud fucking Crawford, my nigga. Maybe you can go bag Al though. You definitely can go bag Al. Excuse me, I mean, I know you can see me, but I'm just sharing real quick. You gotta share your own shit. And then you gotta hope that the weirdos don't, because I share my shit on Facebook, and then as soon as I shared the shit, I had a fucking weirdo pop up. So I had to, you know what I'm saying, put something on the screen. Just so, you know what I'm saying, because niggas be want to jump on here, you know what I'm saying, pause, put the beef out, or show some shit that, you know what I'm saying, that'll get your channel flagged. come up here and say some racist shit. I don't need all of that. You know what I'm saying? I already have my shit flagged. Hurry up. Start back going into my group and just posting into my group anyway. Just maybe somebody checks to see if anything goes on. I think people do check when they get the alerts. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to start talking about other shit too, because I'm gonna have different segments in the day. That's how you really build. You can't keep being stagnated talking about the same shit over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? So there's a couple groups that I run, and you know what I'm saying, a couple groups that I'm in. So just sharing real fast. It used to be way easier than this. You know what I'm saying? It used to be way easier. It was just like grab your, and it's kind of easier from your phone. But I got a new phone, so I gotta set all that shit back up. Cause you just grab your phone and boom, 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 and just share the shit, and you right in there. Drop the link in a second after I finish cooking. Roll me another J. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you're watching, man, you on Facebook, subscribe to World Combat Sports, man. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? Niggas missed a fire. I don't know if you've seen it. I'm looking at it. It was a day ago. I see one like. I don't see, you know what I'm saying? I see one like. That niggas missed a fire interview with Quentin Randall, and he's about to take on Brian Norman. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys don't, if you don't know, these are the guys that are about to be the names that you're gonna know. So, you know, if you want to know who's gonna be the next guy up, the next one up in line, some of these guys are gonna be the next guys up. So, you know, keep that in mind. But sorry about that, Sharon. But since we're gonna be here, right? And let me get to the title. Bud Crawford is the tool that's going to end these fighters' careers, right? A lot of y'all think that he damn near done ended Earl's career already, and what do we need the rematch for, right? So it's all this speculation, if not, whatever. Bud has options now. I'm going to be real with you. Bud knows his next two fights probably will be Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo, right? But there's nothing wrong with throwing your hat in the ring and playing the game in the Canelo sweepstakes if you're able to do it, and if he'll take the bait, because you just can't be like, I'll fight you, Canelo, and you come out of nowhere like, man, where the fuck you come from? You know what I'm saying? So if you can irritate him and the right people be like, no, this would be a better fight than the Charlo fight because he's a way better fighter. And then if he whoops Charlo worse than you whoop him, it's definitely plausible. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a fight that could be. You feel me? But how do you make yourself the guy, right? And as seen earlier yesterday, you know what I'm saying? When I came on, I had I had my man LT pull on. Fuck it. I had my nigga LT pull up, right? And day before that, Hap pulled up with Ohio Runs Boxing. I did the show with, you know what I'm saying, Lord of the Rings. You know what I'm saying? I like to do certain things like that because you get different. Oh yeah, you get different. Yo, make sure, you know what I'm saying, this is free promotion. Make sure you go to, you know, if you do, and if you don't, tell your friends to go get them. They're the best papers out there. You know what I'm saying? But I like to get different perspectives of people before, because it's, you know, I've been doing this for a couple of years now, you know, and doing a show. You can do a show, you know, sometimes you get stagnated doing the show over and over and over. And certain niggas can do it, but then they be like, you know what, I'm gonna open the panel up. Because Shaw don't open the panel up, Combat don't open the panel up. A lot of guys don't open the panel up like that. You know what I'm saying? Coach, niggas don't open the panel up. And before, a lot of other niggas. You know what I'm saying? The alphabet niggas. They didn't have open panels like that. Now that the panels are open, when you go over there and look, like, damn, this nigga got open panels. I can click the link. You niggas was wrong for so long. You ain't got no choice but to let a nigga in. And you just gotta really take in what you gotta take in the bullshit that you've been spewing for the past 5 years. And then you gotta hope that Earl even get a fight to redeem himself. To even if he don't win, he gotta look good. So sometimes when you have different perspectives from, you can call us casuals, you can call us whatever, you can call us whatever. You know what I'm saying? They can call us whatever, whenever, however. You know what I'm saying? But it's when guys like, cause I don't do this for the bread. I'm not an algorithm jumper, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I come up here to tell you the mood. You know what I'm saying? And certain niggas are trying to get to a certain status to where like they have to tell you bullshit, and then they can tell you how they really feel. Because your favorite content creator tells you one thing and bets another way. That's the hustle. Let me you know what I'm saying? Let me red pill you niggas real quick. Because I seen the numbers. And if them niggas is making money like that, everybody's getting lined. They're lining you up. They're lining you up, and you don't know it. So let me give the sheep or the cattle. Let me give you the game real fast. Right? Let me give you the game. The game is to get as many people as possible to bet on a fighter that they already know ain't gonna win. And then if they see that the people can believe them, them niggas bet on the fighter they know that's gonna fucking win that damn fight. And they like the big payoff was like, yo, I think a lot of niggas that sold you the dream on Earl Spence for the last few years got paid. They probably made bets with you with names that you didn't even know was them. Because in Vegas, Earl was the underdog for a while before it changed. And he was a nice size underdog for a while. You know what I'm saying? And then as Bud and Earl did the big podcast, the ones that, you know, guys that have, you know, they do, you know, hundreds of thousands of viewerships and views. So when you got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, you got millions of subscribers, you should be doing something around those views too. You should not have 80,000 subscribers and do a couple hundred views. If so, you don't know what you're doing, and you have a lot of blown up ass subscription just to make yourself look like something that you're not. Toast to that. But how I got even to that segment is I've been watching my guy. He just send me little shit and be like, yo, watch this shit. And he put out, you know, the shit with the cups. That's real talk. That's exact. See, we live in New York. He born and raised in New York. He just sent me some shit. Most of his family's down south, like he's wholesome, but he got some New York shit with him. I'm wholesome, but I've been in New York the last 18, 20 years, right? So the shit kind of mixed, you know what I'm saying? So I know what he did. The shit with the 3 cups. and it's only and the prize is in one of the cups. The nigga put out 3 cups a day, or he put out 3 cups at a time, and you had to, and the content creators and the niggas that bite and steal your shit, because we watched him, he would just keep sending it to me, boom, 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 like yo, look, 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 look. We would watch niggas guess. They would guess wrong on what was actually happening. What was actually happening? They would guess wrong. Then he would put out. He would drop shit that was actually credible. That he made a phone call and shit popped out. You know what I'm saying? And then I would watch the niggas with the bigger programs do videos on that shit. I guess they would watch it and then be like, yo, if they, some of them would be like, yo, is this true? And they were like, yeah, I think it's good. I think it's legit. And then he would hit me at while you know what I'm saying? He at work, I'm at work, different jobs, different towns, like we miles and miles away. He'd be like, yo, look at this shit. And we just be laughing, call each other and shit like that. And just watch how this shit is rigged for niggas to push a narrative for this type of fucking fighter. Or this type of trainer too, because for the longest time, if you go back and just really, really watch, your favorite YouTube creator is really a Bud Crawford fan. They've been wanting Bud across the street. And you know what I'm saying? When he was at Top Rank, they just wanted like, yo, why you ain't with the PBC? Blah, 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 blah. Everything was come over here to where the money at, blah, 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 blah. When Bud felt comfortable knowing the market and knowing that his back end money, cool. Bob ain't give me back end money, so I want guaranteed this every time I fight. Because you keeping the revenue money from ESPN when I fight. Now, if the fight is on ESPN Plus at $10 a subscription for the month, everybody's watching that fucking fight. So Bob makes his money back and more. Don't let him fucking bullshit you. But he keeping that. All right, cool. Let's make the game go. Cool. But Bud is like, nigga, for me to stay, you're gonna pay me this amount every time I fight. I don't give a fuck. Because these niggas is averaging 1 to 2.5, and then they swear they're getting the back end money whenever they come in. So that equals up to I want this much every time I fight. And you just watch the niggas that swear that they hate Bud, like just wanting to come to PBC. You see a lot of them change they love Bud now. They think Bud is dope. It's like my first time doing that shit. So, let me catch it up. I'm looking at it on YouTube, make sure everything good. Yeah. So, Now that Bud's over here, your favorite fighters from whoever your Charlos, your Spencers, whoever, right? I don't know if y'all know how much money the Charlos and Earl Spence have cost them. And when I cost them, I mean the PBC. All the money that was invested in them. And the Charlos didn't respond with they dropped if this was the rap game, right? And that's where Al Heyman come from, the music business. This was the music business. Al Heyman, both Charlos been dropping mediocre albums, and they've been pushing them niggas like they were major artists. They mixtapes ain't even that dope that they drop. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence is the one that they invested in that they could see a residual off of, but guess what he kept doing? You know what I got up in that styrofoam cup? That purple stuff. That's what Earl was doing, right? Keith Thurman, and like all the investments in Keith Thurman. Real talk. All the investments in Keith Thurman. For him to be so-called injured and he can't fight now. He's holding on. You know the plans they have for Keith Thurman. So Jamal, Earl, Keith Thurman, right? Those were the guys they had. Well, I ain't gonna say those guys, but those were part of the guys they had plans for. All those guys had a problem to where the investment that they were making into them, right, to turn them into superstars, it never turned out to be. And now you're still stuck with them on the label. So what do you do with them? What do you do with them? Right? Bud's over there as a tool to prove them niggas, to wipe them niggas out, right? Whichever ones he wipe out. However y'all look at it, well, if he whooped this nigga, he definitely whooped that nigga. Like, Bud's over there, he dismantled Earl. If he actually fights Earl again, he's gonna dismantle his ass again. If they can talk him into the Charlo fight and he dismantles Charlo, becomes a free agent again, game changes. To me, in my eyes, that'll prove that he's worthy of a Canelo fight. Because there's nothing at 160. The legacy fight for him to go out would be Canelo, right? If Canelo's still there. But in my eyes, he could be looking at something different, something could change. But to go ahead and spank Earl again and get the shit out of the way, and then if they could convince him to go ahead and whoop Charlo at 154, you know the sky's the limit after that for his last hit, for his last hurrah. And that's just that. You feel me? That's in my eyes. And Diddy James is definitely going to be sacrificing that old stable. I think he's trying to keep Frank Martin around. he might have been the one that pulled the plug on that, like, nah, I can use Frank. But Earl and Errol, Errol and Jamel, you can part ways with them. Because if you remember, Jamel is originally a Ronnie Shields fighter. And Earl's gonna be he's up the fact that he has 2 sacrificial lambs. He can move forward with Joshua, big payday. Ryan Garcia, big payday. They can keep Frank Martin in that 135 division, 140 division, where it's gonna always be popping. He can always stay moving until he sacrifices his ass. This is how the end of your favorite fighters is gonna happen. Jamel, Errol. If you're a fan of those 2 fighters, those are your 2 guys, this is how it's going, bro. They on their way out. Jamel been in a fluff, he been in a fluff division. The fights that he needed to win to be like, look, the fights that he needed to dominate in. I didn't see it. If you go back and look at the second fight with Tony Harris, right? And when it comes to the first fight, how you view the swing rounds, if you view it like, I thought that Mel won the first fight, right? But it was really close. It could have went either way. Could have been a draw. So if you picked Tony Harrison, I wasn't upset. Right? The second fight he was losing until he knocked Tony Harrison out. And I was watching. The first fight with Castano. I thought he lost that fight. Second fight with Castano, he actually knocked him out. Now, in those fighters, that, you know, those guys are pretty good fighters, right? Castano's a blown up welterweight that was not supposed to beat Teixeira. I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. He was not supposed to beat Teixeira. Teixeira, if you go back and try to remember and look, they had an investment in Teixeira. He got exposed by Castano because he wasn't that good of a fighter, but he had a belt. He kind of fucked the money up, right? Okay. Tony Harrison has a gas tank problem. And the fact that he was able to counter you so well in the later rounds of the first fight was crazy. In the second fight, you were losing 2. You was a little anxious trying to prove that the first fight was a fluke. Tony got a little too confident, and you caught him. So when you went up to fight Canelo, I was like, only chance he has is to prove is that if he's actually that big. Like, he keeps saying that he's not little Charlie. So if you can prove that you're actually that big a puncher, right? And the guys at 154, this was his time to prove that guys at 154 were actually built like that. But you just proved Ronnie Shields right. Because he told you, listen, bro, you're not a knockout artist. and you didn't appreciate that. And he wanted to teach you how to box. Because he was like, you'll get the knockout, but you're not a knockout artist. And let me show you how to box, right? And you'll get the knockout. And he didn't want to do that. So what he do? He went to Derrick James. Now, hold on, give me 1 second. Here's proof. Here's proof that unless you're a special fighter, right? Unless you're a special fighter, I don't need this shit. Unless you're a special fighter. Here's the proof that you, well, let me rephrase. Here's the proof that fighters from back in the day are better, or they just have more heart than the fighters from today's stance, right? Because Derrick James is a fighter from back in the day that's a trainer now, right? And all this new shit they want to teach you and all that, blah, 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 right? Whatever. His philosophy, basically, of what he's teaching is going to be somewhat, because he doesn't look like he's evolved, right? Because I never knew he was a fighter. And then once I found out he was a fighter, and then people showed me some shit, I was like, well, damn near everybody fights like him. This fucking fly guy in my house. I'm gonna get this nigga in a second. Anyway, his style of fighting against regular level or like decent level or even high level fighters will work in this day and age, right? With a little spice to it, a little spiffing up to it, right? But when his fighters meet an elite fighter, right? You've seen what happened. It's what it is. However, that fighter is elite, whether he can take tons of punishment and knock you the fuck out, whether his ring IQ and his ring generalship is off the charts, whether he has all the movement in the world with knockout power, and he's like whatever, however he's elite. You see what happened. Because I would give you this, elite fighters that I would like call, right? And it's not because of like any, like they have like, but elite fighters in the game. Turbiev, Crawford, Canelo. With Derrick James at the helm, lost. Bad losses too. Only one went the distance. And that was this weekend with Charlie. Is what it is. That's like what I said. That's back to me going to, they had investments in a lot of guys. And a lot of people used to be like, yo, why Sean Porter and Danny Garcia keep getting all these damn? Because those were two of the guys that they invested in, that those two guys weren't really the guys that, like, but Sean Porter Sean Porter got a great smile. He got a great personality. He's nice. He's approachable, all of that, right? And he looks and has the physique of a guy that has knockout power, and he mauls you and all type of shit. That's how he, won a lot of his fight. That's how he got a lot of his knockouts. But he don't have one hit quitter power. He just don't. And Danny Garcia, flat-footed as hell, right? He tough motherfucker, flat-footed as hell. Counterpuncher. Basically got like one style. He got like, you know, a big style. He's counterpuncher. He's got a great left hook, amazing right hand. Flat-footed. And he really doesn't adjust well in fights. The best adjustment I've ever seen, because he was getting his ass, he was really losing that Keith Thurman fight, and then he made an adjustment, turned it on. And that's when I thought Keith was gonna win, but I was like, you know, Danny really turned it on and it ended the fight. And it was a toss-up, because you know, Keith, he started tight. He caught Keith rhythm and started timing him. So that's why Danny and Sean was always there. But the shit talkers, the Olympians, got his ass, bitch ass nigga. And the Olympians and the guys that they were always, you know, the guys that had the YouTube pages and all that shit. Charlos and Earl. Adrian Broner. I'm just naming you the guys that when they started with the PBC, these are the names that was just thrown around. Third, like, you know, out of these guys, tell me who the guys that, you know, the PBC were happy that, you know, that they seen residuals off of, right? If this was the music business, this is how it goes, right? Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Adrian Broner, Earl Spence, both Charlos. Just those 7, right? In between 3 divisions, they were looking for huge residuals between somebody, and they were hoping they would get it back. Mm-mm. Now, those 7 I named, let's throw in some more, right? With the names that they use. Because when I say PBC, I mean Al Haymon. Let's throw Tank Davis in there 8, getting their money back. Let's throw Deontay Wilder in there 9, getting their money back, right? Trying to sit here and think of who the 10th person. But out of those 9, you getting your money back from like the way you want, you get your money back. You getting your money back from Tank, Wilder, Tank, Wilder, Porter, Danny. Now, Earl, Jamal, Keith, Broner. Are they where they should be? No. And after a while, we seen what they did to AB. Think they won't do that shit to Earl and Jamal? And let's be totally honest with each other. Let's be totally honest with each other. Drop a bomb. Go ahead. AB, biggest star when he had the rock. A bigger star. A bigger. AB was bigger than everybody I named, all 9. I'll go back. You tell me. Maybe only Wilder was bigger than AB. Maybe. AB, Charlo, AB, Jamal, Keith, Danny, Sean, Earl, Wilder, or Danny Garcia, right? Yeah, make sure. Adrian Broner, and not in this order. Adrian Broner, Earl Spence, Jamal Charlo, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Deontay Wilder. Yeah, that's only 8. Who's it? And if I'm forgetting somebody, let me know. Adrian Broner was the biggest star in all the time. So if you don't think that they won't sacrifice these 2 niggas, you're tripping. These 2 niggas' careers are at an end. It's about to be a wrap. There'll be personalities. Another 2-3 years out of Earl Spence and Jermell Charlo, and it's over. Jermell Charlo's next fight, he's getting knocked out if he fight Buzz Crawford. In my opinion, I think it's a fact. He's getting knocked out. Earl Spence's next fight, if they can convince somehow Bud to take that fight, Earl getting knocked the fuck out. You smell me? These 2 guys, I'm gonna put on the screen, are in no man's land. I'm gonna close on this. These 2 guys are in no man's land, bro. They trying to because they have nothing else. When people keep talking about, but who you gonna fight? You got nothing else. Nigga, I got what the fuck I want. I can fight him, somebody else if I want. But the two niggas that Derek James trains, they're in no man's land fucking with this guy in the middle. And I'm gonna tell you like that, and I'm gonna tell you like this. We about to get up out of here and fix me some eat. I'm about to go fix me something to eat real quick. I hope y'all enjoyed. And yeah, like I just said, Jermell Charlo, Earl Spence, no man's land is where they stand.
birds, a lone wolf immersed in the herds of lamb chowder, 10 powder from the first to the third. The manpower when the merchants are served would only wait and flood them with gram showers when the thirst is emerged. Just like I'm here to live my life as a sin. I'm only human in class, the only student, so I'm writing within. No need for pen, no need for piece of paper. I need to win, I need to weed and vapor. Leaf louder than Anita Baker. Annihilation after hibernation. Hunger pains after the prioritions. Prayed under condensation. The thunder came amongst the sod of Satan. The sun is changing and the flies blazing patient and my time is racing. And I rely on intuition, but we stand in the demand and our supply is insufficient. What we do, expand the grams and cut the ties within the vision. What that bring, hand in hand, split enterprising was the mission. There's a jungle in the streets outside, no man is safe. Hundreds of police outside, we can't escape, we dying. Can't relate, but we try it and can't erase. Forgive and not forgive, that we strive and stand with fate, but it's hard. Write my life in every single song. If you relate, then you can sing along. Strive and stand with fate, but it's hard. Write my life in every single song. If you relate, then you can sing along. Oh my God. You see that Jonesy motherfucker that just ran out of here? That's real paper right there. That's real clientele. Try 800. Something wrong with your shoulders or something? Lost in my thoughts, alive soul, lost in the corpse. My guys know, pie soul that a portion of cost. It's mind cold, but that's the cost of a boss. He lies froze, he's firing eyes closed with no remorse for the loss. It's like he's here to live his life as a sin. He's only human, his past conform to lose until he rightfully wins. No need to boast, no need to feed the fables. Remain dope beside the needle takers. The coat whiter than a sheet of paper. His dedication after desperation. To the clouds, our only destination. Living without expiration. We got the gift without an explanation. Try and spot him at his resting line and dot him like an exclamation. And I rely on intuition, but we stand in the demand and our supply is insufficient. What we do, expand the grams and cut the ties within the fisher. Whatever, it's hand in hands, but enterprising was the mission. There's a jungle in the streets outside, no man is safe. With hundreds of police outside, we can't escape, we dying. Can't relate, but we try it and can't erase. Forgive and not forgive, that we strive and stand with faith, but it's hard. I write my life in every single song. If you relate, then you can sing along. Strive and stand with faith, but it's hard. Write my life in every single song. If you relate, then you can sing along. There's a jungle in the streets outside, no man is safe. With hundreds of police outside, we can't escape, we dying. Can't relate, but we try it and can't erase. Forgive and not forgive, that we strive and stand with faith, but it's hard. I write my life in every single song. If you relate, then you can sing along. Strive and stand with faith, but it's hard. Write my life in every single song. If you relate, then you can sing along.
Yo, man, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Before I get up out of here, make sure y'all go and subscribe to my nigga channel, man. Just being real. Make sure you go and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. It don't take nothing, man. You want the real? Here we go.
News by Shaw News. Yo, shout out to Cam and Mace. Source Talk, man. I love when big platforms get on here and drop that source talk, source experience. Because a lot of times when the source says certain things, it gets overlooked or, you act like you didn't hear it. But when a large platform like It Is What It Is drops that source, But hey, what do I know? Got it.
Charlo, you fucking sold us out. You said you did it for the culture. What culture? The track culture, nigga? You was running the whole fucking fight. We seen it. And then you was looking scared all
whole fight.
And no shout out to Derek James. Niggas leaving you, bro. You better do something fast.
You got one more fighter to go out that way, and then
You all your big fights, pause, you going outside. That gym gonna be empty soon. You better do something fast, nigga. Top 2 fighters lost. He trash at this point. Nobody give a fuck about that, nigga. I don't know how he won coach of the year, trainer of the year, whatever the fuck he was.
trainer of the year.
That nigga's garbage. So I'm looking at his face, and you can see when we seen on the instant replay, when the punches was coming his way in slow motion, he was scared. That nigga was
kept
scared,
doing
my
that.
nigga.
I was just like,
you went in
wow.
for a check, my nigga, and you were embarrassing, and you sold
his
this out.
brother
Come on.
One more time. I think my viewers would like it.
News by Shaw News. Yo, shout out to Cam and Mace. Source Talk.
Yo, listen. Like and subscribe, man. Check it out. Listen, like and subscribe. Listen, I'm a flex this motherfucker so you understand the name. Like and subscribe.
News by Shaw News. Yo, shout out to Cam and Mace.
Like and subscribe.
News by Shaw News. 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 Yo, shout out to Cam and Mace. Source Talk, man. I love when big platforms get on here and drop that source talk, source experience. Because a lot of times when the source says certain things, it gets overlooked. Or, you act like you didn't hear it. But when a large platform like It Is What It Is drops that source, but hey, what do I know? Got it.
Charlo, you fucking sold us out. You said you did it for the culture. What culture? The track culture, nigga? You was running the whole fucking fight. We seen it. And then you was looking scared all
He ran all fight.
And no shout out to Derek James. Niggas leaving you, bro. You better do something fast.
You got one more fighter to go out that way, and then
You all your big fights, pause, you going outside. That gym gonna be empty soon. You better do something fast, nigga. Top 2 fighters lost. He trash at this point. Nobody give a fuck about that, nigga. I don't know how he won coach of the year, trainer of the year, whatever the fuck he was.
trainer of the year.
That nigga's garbage. So I'm looking at his face, and you can see when we seen on the instant replay, when the punches was coming his way in slow motion, he was scared. That nigga was
kept
scared,
doing
my
that.
nigga.
I was just like,
you went in
wow.
for a check, my nigga, and you were embarrassing, and you sold
his
this out.
brother
Come on.
Yo, man, y'all smoke that over, man.